Welcome to Was It Good, the podcast that reviews movies and TV shows. Today we are talking Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. I'm Ravi, joined by only one brother,
Krishna,
and our producer,
Michael.
Our other brother couldn't make it today, but he sent us a video message, which we'll roll right this second.
Hello, this is Arjuna. I couldn't make it for today's podcast, but I thought I would share some select clips of myself speaking so the pod wasn't a complete disaster without me. So now I will share my colorful insights for Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Wow. An amazing feat of technology.
yes.
Also,
How what's the word here? How
Ego.
considerate of him to save the podcast with his virtual presence.
I would argue it's maybe risky for him to start out with that and then leave us control of his image.
no, 100%. Because we could easily, like, if the clips that he gives us are like too long, we could easily cut them off. You know,
Snip, snap, snip,
we
snap.
can. Maybe I've made some fun, colorful edits already to what he's saying, so that because obviously on this podcast we asked the big question, right? We asked the question of, was it good, right? I actually don't know what his answer is because I didn't want to give myself a spoiler, but I could have easily gone in and clipped in another yes or a no or whatever. Could really have fucked this up for him. So
Yeah. You could have photoshopped some stuff,
Yeah.
into his image, like him wearing a fun hat.
Still
maybe?
can.
I still can actually. So
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's a good point.
spoiler for our
We're not
listeners.
live.
We don't do this live. We do
Not anymore.
heavily edit this after the fact.
Get rid of all the swears and
all the
yo
fucking
mama
swears.
jokes.
Yeah.
All the fucking
the
swears.
fucking swears, man.
Oh, yeah. Do I look like a Bollywood villain yet, by the way?
No,
I've been growing out this mustache here.
Not yet.
You look more like a cop. So
Well, that's, yeah.
yeah. Actually, you know what? I take it back. Yes, you look like
You
a
know,
Bollywood villain.
Many Bollywood villains have been cops.
This
We'll
is
just leave it at
very, very true. Anyway,
So-
let's get into Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Let's
Yeah,
do our
let's do it.
one word impression. We know Arjuna sent one in, but he's not here, so he's gonna go last for his.
Ooh,
One-word
what a
impression.
loser.
Yeah,
Is that because you don't like him?
I mean,
I'm kidding.
no comment.
Wow.
Christian,
Damn.
how about you go first with your one word impression?
Yeah, I'm going to say my one-word impression for Rise of the Beast is going to be goofy. The movie, to me, was goofy. And the reason I'm going with that one-word impression is the first few Transformers movies directed by Michael Bay, at the very least, you could say those movies had a ton of action, over-the-top, mind-blowing special effects. Like every frame in the battle scenes was just like overload, manic, and just craziness. This movie, in comparison, to me just felt very kind of goofy. They overemphasize Optimus and his one-liners. I think Optimus only spoke in one-liners like the entire movie. And don't get me wrong, this is a Transformers movie. It's not going to be anything like mind-blowing cinema, right? It is what it is going to be. This is a children's movie. I don't know. Is it a children's movie? What was it rated? Actually, I'm curious about that.
PG-13. So
It was PG-13. Okay. I
So
mean, it's based on
children's
it's based on a toy. Yeah. Right. Exactly. It's based on a toy, right? But the whole thing was goofy to me, and I think I skipped watching the last few Transformers movies. I would have skipped this one too, but Ravi held me at gunpoint.
I did not hold you at gunpoint. What the fuck?
If you don't see this is the movie I'm looking forward to the most in the last 10 years, and we have to do a pod on it, so you have to see it. And I was like, okay, I refuse to watch Star Trek, so I'll make this one concession. And
Okay.
it was goofy. It was just
goofy.
goofiness.
Goofy
Yeah.
movie.
What a goofy fucking movie.
Goofy fucking movie. Wow, that's a statement and a half.
No kidding.
I
We're going to have to
think-
cut that out.
Yeah, we can't say the F word. We already said it
Oh
twice now.
shit.
Oh, now, right. Really?
Now we're R-rated.
Good fucking job there, buddy. Would you want to see an R-rated Transformers?
Yes.
No.
Let them come.
Oh, so you want to see a porno Transformers movie?
I'm just quoting the trailer I saw.
Oh no.
I mean, you could argue it's robot porn in the sense robots beating the living daylight out of each
and
other.
like there's
Oh, yeah.
many slow motion glory shots
Yes.
of those battles. So
I mean, the movie was basically introduction, monologue, battle, monologue, battle, monologue, battle, monologue, end. Pretty much the movie
Yeah.
right there.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you could write a book about the structure of action movies.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the other thing.
It'd be a
too, is,
pretty
like,
short book.
At the end of the day, it's an action movie, right? Like it's
Correct.
a Commando. It's an Alien versus Predator. It's
It's a G.I. Joe.
Oh, big spoiler right there.
Oh, wait.
Sorry,
why?
Michael.
Sorry.
It's gonna be
So
spoiled for you.
Hasbro is clearly trying to set up their own.
Wait,
Toys.
is G.I. Joe in this?
It's referenced at the very end of the movie.
At the very end,
yeah,
our main guy gets a business card, flips it over,
and it says
it's like,
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, and he's getting recruited into the G.I. Joe program, essentially.
I wonder who he is in the G.I. Joes.
Probably just a guy. I think a rando, isn't it?
I don't know G.I. Joe, so
I don't either. I didn't.
I
Play
can't
with
even. I
dolls
can't even
growing
comment.
Up. I was
I can't.
an adult.
They were
Yeah, you played with
action
Lego.
figures, fully
Yeah,
posable action
I
figures.
don't like dolls
Yeah.
and things.
Where's the wide shot?
Did you guys set up a wide shot?
no,
without
because
Arjuna?
it's just me here. It felt silly to have a wide, and I'd say
It would have been funny though, like you sitting by yourself in this wide.
It feels like extra work just to be like, oh,
It is. It is.
he's alone.
We should have actually turned your single shot and like brought in your fanciest chair and sat you front and center and
yeah.
just made a big wide shot of it.
My fancy. I'm sorry, Michael. Do you
Like a
think I
throne.
have fancy chairs?
I said the fanciest
You absolutely
chair.
have fancy chairs.
I mean, if we were really gonna put all that energy and effort, I probably would have gone to like a rent-a-center
Oh,
and got like the most villain-looking chair.
A
humanly
throne.
possible.
Get a throne.
A throne. That's
yeah, basically
exactly what I was thinking is a
basically,
throne.
yeah.
King of the castle.
King of the podcast.
King of the castle.
I think for my one-word impression, I'm gonna go with different.
Different. Interesting.
Okay, that's different.
Different. It works on two levels. Number one, this was a different type of Transformers film than we're probably used to. Granted, this is the sequel to the Bumblebee film, and the studios, the director, the cast have also been asked multiple times, like, is this related to the Michael Bay version? And there's just this big kind of like loosey-goosey, we don't know, maybe. I mean, so
First of all, the movie took place in 1994, right?
yeah, a lot of 90s.
So I mean, I didn't see Bumblebee, so you'd have to help me out with the timeline there.
80s,
yeah, Bumblebee's in the 80s.
late 80s.
Gotcha.
And Optimus is referenced in Bumblebee.
He's in it.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, that's part of why I cried. Is the first 3 minutes is on Cybertron, and it's just like like when I was a kid watching
like
it.
the Cybertron, like
It
it
was-
was being destroyed, and
Yeah.
yeah. So the timelines don't really like line up because there's also in the Bayverse. I'm just what we're gonna call it, the Bayverse. In the Last Night or the Fallen Night, whatever the last one is with.
Oh yeah, with Mark Wahlberg.
And
Where he's
Anthony
the-
Hopkins.
Yeah, and he's like the
There's
chosen one.
reference to Optimus fighting with the Knights of the Round Table way back in the day. So again, doesn't all fully align with time. Like, what is time, basically?
Even that one doesn't align with its own timeline
Correct.
because the Autobots come to Earth in the
Yep.
first one. And in Bumblebee, he loses his voice, which is the only connection to the originals that
right.
makes sense. So I can understand their confusion because
It's
I
super
too am
confusing,
confused.
Yeah,
yeah,
Bumblebee
so-
also
so-
didn't have his voice in
Right.
this movie.
Exactly. Because it's,
So I was
again,
like,
it's a
I'm
sequel.
not gonna.
It's a sequel.
I'm not gonna.
to-
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I use different because it's different from the Bayverse, but it's not different because it's still a Transformers film.
Well, it's also produced by Bay still.
It's still, I mean, what does that
Right.
even mean in this way? It means nothing. It
It's
means
the money.
It's just the exchange of money. That's it. Not. I don't think there's any real creative.
It's just Michael Bay getting paid.
Yeah, basically.
It's
Like,
basically
Michael Payne.
cashing a check.
I doubt
Michael Bay.
I doubt Michael Bay was in the pre-production meetings, figuring out the entire Transformers Rise of the Beast like concept and everything. And I also use different though for me personally because if you all remember, I was pretty excited to see this film for some
I was
weird
too.
reason.
No, because Bumblebee was good.
Yeah, Bumblebee was good, and like the trailers that I made sure not to watch all of the most of the trailers. I only saw the original one that came out. That had me hyped. But because of this film, like after I saw it with Arjun, I was like, this film has kind of made me realize that my earlier statement on our Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse pod, I made the bold claim that Beyond the Spider-Verse was going to be this magnificent piece of art, and I was getting my expectations really high. Because of this movie, Transformers Rise of the Beast, I've put my expectations back to where they should normally be, and I've realized I shouldn't allow myself to get way too hyped.
Oh, okay, yeah. You should
I'm
have learned that
sorry.
lesson. You should have learned that lesson after Rogue One.
I mean, that was 10 years ago.
Rogue One has aged so well.
It's
It
so
has.
good.
And for me. And for me. So it's weird because you had such high expectations for Rogue One.
Right.
We're disappointed. But it is the best Disney Star Wars movie that we've
Right.
gotten.
That's because it's
like
that's because the bar has just been set so low by the majority of Star Wars films.
So what it
Post.
means is that you just need a little more time with The Last Jedi before you realize it is also one of the best.
I mean, I go through phases where I'm like, oh, maybe I'll put this on, and then I just don't for whatever reason.
It's aesthetically pleasing.
Let's hear our Juna's one-word impression. And I swear, if it's over 60 seconds, we're just gonna cut the video short because that's too long.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, my one-word impression for Transformers Rise of the Beasts has got to be Maximals. The Maximals are obviously the beasts, Optimus Primal, Air Razor, Cheetor, and Rhinox. And they were in the movie. They were a big part of the movie, a big part of the marketing. For anyone who is familiar with the Beast Wars line for Transformers, with the TV shows, with some of the toys and whatnot, you were excited for these characters to be in it. And I was, for the most part, too. I really enjoyed Optimus Primal in this. I really enjoyed Air Razor. But the reason I use Maximals for my one-word impression is because it didn't feel like they were in it enough, right? They maximize once at the end of the movie, which is really cool. I just wish there was more of that. I mean, Cheetor and Rhinox barely get any lines, and if you've watched the late 90s, early 2000s Beast Wars show, those are huge, important characters. So I just wish we had more time with them, and that's the thing that stuck out with me the most. So that's why my one word is Maximals.
Wow. He hit the nail on the head. The movie, I was expecting a Beast Wars. Beast Wars was my favorite Transformers. It was kind of our Transformers, right? Like our generation's Transformers, I guess. And I remember Cheetor being like this like comedian, kind of like what Mirage was in the movie.
Right.
To me, that's what like Cheetor was. Rhinox was the second in command, backing up Optimus, his like right-hand man, his general. And the fact is, like, they spent so much time on the humans, which you kind of have to do. And then I think too much time with the Autobots, to be honest.
Wow.
So
too much
yeah.
with the
And-
Autobots.
Well, yeah, because this is the Rise of the Beasts. It's supposed, in my opinion, I was expecting the Beast Wars movie, and it wasn't.
It's leading up to it, though, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I also thought there was going to be more reference to, I don't know, time travel, because even in the initial trailer that came out, the main Beast thing guy,
Optimus Primal, voiced by Ron Perlman, which is
Optimus-
another reason to get excited about this movie.
Optimus Primal in the trailer was, said to Optimus Prime, I'm part of your past and your future. And even the main weapon thingy-majiggy that Unicron was going after, there's even reference to it being something that allows you to kind of break space and time. And then there's no real discussion or anything about the time stuff. So that was weird.
Yeah, and also, you can help me out, Ravi, because maybe I missed the reference. So in Beast Wars, the Maximals land on Earth
Yes, prehistoric. Earth.
during prehistoric times.
Right.
Did they do that in this movie? Because we didn't even get a shot of that. It's like
If
they've
that
been. We know they've been on
happens-
Earth.
Right.
And we just don't know how long.
Right.
There should have been something because a big part of it is the Maximals interacting with dinosaurs,
Right.
Which is so fucking cool. But we didn't.
Yeah,
we
we
didn't
got-
even
we
get.
got
We
none
didn't.
of
We didn't
that.
even get a still of that.
Right.
Like even like a.
It does.
painting.
It does
I don't know.
feel like a piece of the movie was potentially, or some scenes were like cut out.
Do you think they're doing like a
Directors.
Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw thing where we'll like get a spin-off with Optimus Primal and that's where he'll interact with the dinosaurs and we'll get all
Maybe.
that and having not seen it, maybe
Possibly,
there was
yeah.
a time situation in there. We just didn't see it because it was so, time travel is fluid and you go back, you change things, the future then doesn't remember the alternate.
Alternate stuff. I mean,
know.
possibly.
I don't think.
Was
I
it
don't think
that deep?
Transformers is going that deep.
No.
There is a reference to the time travel because Optimus Primal says he's based on Optimus Prime.
Right.
So the reference there is that they did travel back in time. They landed on Earth and they've been there for millennia, right? It's just not explicit. It's not. We didn't even get like scenes of them of that. It's like that one line that you have to kind of interpret.
Well, the other thing too is like the whole reason for this movie is this. What is it called? Like this? It's not the Allspark.
Oh, the transwarp key?
Yeah, the transwarp key. Right. The whole reason Scourge is even trying to find the Maximals is because Unicron wants it in order to escape his galaxy to go to another galaxy or to any galaxy so he can keep feeding on planets because he's hungry. He's a growing boy.
He's a hungry
But
boy.
even with that brief explanation or whatever, you still don't know when Unicron shows up to the Maximals planet, right?
That's
Like,
the future.
Is that the
That's implied that that's the future. So
Right.
because if Optimus Primal
Sure.
says he's based on Optimus Prime,
right? Then that's the future.
that's the future. Yeah.
So then,
And
how
so they've
does
traveled back in
Scourge
time to Earth.
How does Scourge go back in time?
How does Scourge get there? That's a great question.
That's the thing.
That's a good fucking question.
It's confusing. And then I guess the other question there was like, are you sure though that's the future?
No,
Because
no.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
There
no,
you
no, no, no. Because also I'm guessing, but it also they just traveled. There is no time travel. They just came to Earth.
Right.
And,
so then the question.
so
would
let
be,
me
how
ask
did
you
the
this question.
Maximals get back in time? Yes. Oh my god.
Maybe
How
the-
long has Optimus Prime been on Earth?
That was what I was gonna ask. Is that
It's not really.
'Cause I don't know.
clear.
No. Not how long has he been on Earth? How long has Optimus Prime existed? Is it possible that Optimus Primal could be made off of Optimus Prime
That's what
millions
they're
of
saying,
years
yeah.
ago, and then after that, then came to Earth in our prehistory, and that so like Optimus has just been around since time immemorial.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly,
I mean,
that's the
the-
other. That's the
Yeah.
possibly. And then actually, now that I think about it, I think I mean, there's one other major change from Beast Wars that I remembered. In Beast Wars, the Maximals land on Earth and they scan the dinosaurs, and that's how they become like
they have those
the dinosaurs.
transformation- Yeah.
Whereas the Maximals in this Rise of the Beasts are their own separate planet. Like they already have their own forms before they come to Earth.
Whoa.
So that's another big change as well.
That's-
They're not even based on Earth creatures.
Huge
Even though-
implications.
Yeah.
That there are other
Apes.
primates and like dinosaurs
Yeah.
on other planets.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, that says that they say that there's no mention of it. It's not important. That's just the way it is.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Robots beating
In
the shit out
disguise.
of robots.
When you're a robot that's been around since the beginning of time, these things are the same as
matter.
choosing between Earl Grey and green tea.
That
That's
makes
a
sense.
huge-
Actually,
That's a huge
Yeah.
difference
Not really.
between Earl Grey and green tea. What are
I
we
mean, it's tea. Tea is
Spoken
shit,
like a tea
basically.
aficionado.
All right, let's get into Arjuna's DVD chapter listing because for I don't know what reason Arjuna still does this,
Oh man.
and he has a little message for you, Christian, before you start. So
Oh, God.
we'll roll this.
Okay, for my DVD chapter listing, I know, Ravi, normally you pick what and how Krishna is going to say this chapter listing, but because I'm not there, I thought I would give my hand and kind of assign it out to Krishna. And because, spoiler alert, for those who haven't seen Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, there are actually no Decepticons in this movie, I thought it would be fun for Krishna to read my DVD chapter listing in the voice of everyone's favorite Decepticon, Starscream.
That's so mean.
Whoa.
Do you remember what Starscream sounds like?
He's like screechy.
Yes, it's high pitched.
It's like, hi! Like that?
Yeah, that's really,
that's
really
good.
good. Yeah.
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 Megatron!
Perfect time for us all to do our Starscream.
All at the same
Oh,
time.
Juno, you boob. And you know what the worst part is? His DVD chapter listing is long.
Is it? Oh wow.
I'm gonna have no voice by the end of this DVD
Yeah, he's
chapter
gonna destroy
listing.
your voice. That's me.
Yeah, you're going to have
well.
to type whether you thought it was good or not.
Yeah, Christian's going to type the rest of the pod. All right, Christian is going to do our Junior's DVD chapter listing. Here we go.
All right.
A long time ago, or in the future, New York, 18 years before the Avengers saved it. Puny humans! You wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal a woman's purse. Pirating movies is stealing.
It's a reference to IT Crowd.
Yeah.
Still, why?
Yeah, I don't know why.
All of the lights. Hungry Optimus. Dino Bird. Franchise killer. But how are they from the past and future? Robot is life. It begins in... Nope. It belongs in a car shop.
Boy, I really hope I'm not pissing off the neighbors right now. All right, we're nearly there.
You're just sleeping, Air Razor. You'll eat it later.
Wait, I'm sorry. That was like New York or something?
I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
Maximize. I am Iron Man. Gasp. Bumblebee is alive. I never saw it coming. And they all lived happily ever after. G.I. Joe?
What the fuck? I mean, for the actual
That was
content of the DVD chapter listing, I'm probably gonna give it like a 3 out of 10. The voice, like a solid 7, I think.
Oh, wow.
Sounds like it was a long movie.
It felt like a long movie. I
Oh.
think the
It did
runtime
feel,
is
it felt long.
just under
I
2
think it was
hours.
long. Wait, it wasn't over. It felt, I swear, I thought it was 2 hours and 15 minutes. If it was under 2 hours, that blows my mind. Because it
I'm
felt
pulling
like
it up right now. It was
2+ hours.
Should I play Arjuna's outro
Oh,
for
yeah,
the
we should play his
DVD chapter
outro.
list?
He has an outro?
Yes.
Yeah, pay
Oh
attention.
my God.
I hope you enjoyed my DVD chapter listing. It was inspired. It took many days to write it. It actually took longer to write the DVD chapter listing than it did for them to write the script for this movie.
Wow.
Whoa. Giving
Wow,
his hand
wow,
away
wow, wow,
on
wow.
the final chapter of this podcast, I think.
The runtime is 2 hours and 15 minutes. For
Oh,
Resident
okay.
so,
That's exactly what it felt like.
yeah.
So,
It definitely felt like a very long film.
yeah.
I will say I had popcorn during this film, so
Mm.
and but here's the interesting thing is when I get bored, I need to do something else. So like usually when I
Oh,
get
no.
popcorn, I'll eat it within like the first 30 minutes and then just put it down and then I'm done.
Yeah.
But I was getting bored and like fidgety, so I just like kept eating the popcorn until there was no more popcorn left. So
That felt like
kind of that kind of movie.
Ooh.
Spider
That says a
Spider-Verse
lot.
for me. Like, not that I was bored, but I kept eating the popcorn,
Stress
probably
eating?
out of like nervousness or something. And I was
That
like,
makes
I
sense.
want to stop eating this. And then I kept thinking, why doesn't Ravi eat some of this?
Because he's dying. He is literally dying. Man, so we have a couple of like talking points here. I think we did a good talk about the Maximals and the time travel stuff. I do want to bring up, this movie in terms of actors and actresses was pretty stacked in terms of who was the various voices of various Transformers. Mirage, for example, Pete Davidson. right?
Oh,
cool.
wow.
And
Yeah.
and you know what?
He did a good job.
He was just Pete Davidson. He didn't
Yeah.
really have to act. So.
but Mirage was one of the
Good
better
for him.
parts of the movie. So
Oh yeah, definitely was
Yeah.
one of the better parts. The only thing I
great.
mean, Liam, I'm going to say this, and it is a big spoiler, so I apologize. But the reference to the Iron Man chapter
Yeah.
is because at one point, the main character, the main human character, who is Noah Diaz, is the character played by Anthony Ramos. He gets Transformer armor. Like,
That's in the trailer.
okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I mean, not exactly, but like there's this like moment I saw somewhere that was like, get the human transformation thingy or
Yeah.
whatever. And he like gets into some suit that allows him to transform. I'm like, that's
Basically, yeah.
not getting into that if I'm me. Like, you're telling me it'll bend me like a transformer, or maybe it won't. I don't know. I didn't see it.
whoa, Peter Dinklage was Scourge.
Yes, Peter Dinklage was
Oh,
Scourge,
fuck
which
yeah.
is another like whoa.
Scourge was sick. I will say, like, I would say it's always risky if you're doing a Transformers movie without Megatron or one of the many Megatron adjacent
Variations.
characters.
Right.
Scourge was great. So
And then Michelle,
for Peter Dinklage.
Michelle Yeoh was Air Razor, which
oh, she did sound
again-
so familiar.
Again,
yeah.
like what? Like this casting is like super stacked.
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman also is in
Yeah.
there. Peter Cullen, as we know, who was Optimus Prime.
Who is Peter Cullen? I'm drawing a blank.
He's Optimus Prime. Like
He's
that
a-
is
he's a
that
voice
is
actor.
who he is.
Who's his? What's his human? His
Peter
human.
Cullen. That's his
Peter
human name.
Cullen, and he is known for being the voice of Optimus Prime. Like
That's it.
No,
he's known
yeah,
for
but
nothing else.
What else do you need, Krishna?
I mean, that's a pretty stacked resume. What have you done? I am Optimus Prime.
I am Optimus Prime.
You can hear
That
my
sounds
voice
terrible.
in toys and video games and animated things. It's insane.
Oh, he does the toys. So
He
he's
does-
just.
he does the toys.
Oh,
He is literally Optimus Prime since he was living in his
Fair enough.
brother-in-law's. I don't know. I saw an interview. He said, "When I voiced Optimus Prime for the first time, I was living in my brother-in-law's apartment."
cool.
Yep.
So yeah, interesting amount of voice actors, which I thought was kind of different. Because when you look at other Transformer films, you don't usually get like a Michelle or a Pete or a Peter Dinklage even. So I thought that's quite interesting that we got really good actors to kind of voice these Transformers.
Sounds like Dinklage did a better job than he did in Destiny.
Oh, 100%.
I remember that. That was a whole thing, right?
100%. Yeah.
Oh, and then also Wheeljack. Wheeljack was played by Cristo Fernandez, or everyone's favorite Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah.
Football is life.
Danny Rojas.
Danny Rojas.
Oh, right.
and there's actually a really funny line in there about racism.
that was so
Whoa.
cringe.
You thought it was cringe? I thought it was
such
pretty funny.
I was like,
It was so
wow.
forced.
That's just pushed through.
Because
As somebody who hasn't seen it.
So basically, Wheeljack, the Transformer shows they're in Peru, and Wheeljack shows up and it's voiced by it's not Danny Rojas.
Yeah, it's Danny Rojas.
Right, but the
the
actual
actor,
actor's
yeah.
name.
Cristo
Cristo.
Fernandez.
So he has obviously an accent, right? The actor, and they just tell him to like talk like normal. And the main character Noah is like, "Oh, where are you from?" And he's like, "What's the Cybertron?" And he's like, "But you have an accent." And then the Christos or Wheeljack is like, "That's racist."
No, but where are you from?
And then Noah says, "But how can it be racist? You're a robot." It was such a forced, terrible joke.
It was so. I
bad.
was just like, this is.
But
Wow.
I
It's
laughed.
not. Oh wow. Our theater was dead silent. I was like, oh.
I mean, I
God,
was like
I-
the only. I
Well,
mean,
that-
I was in a packed theater. And I was probably the only person that laughed. So
And then
I was-
nobody
I got-
goes to theaters in Denver, so that's probably why it was quiet.
This theater was packed. So I went at
Oh.
7. I went at 7 p.m. on a Saturday. I usually go at 3 p.m. on a Wednesday. Yeah. So it was dead silent. I will say though, the person I went with, those little robots, the little robots that Scourge sends out to chase the humans.
oh yeah,
There was one part like when they're in the temple, the underground temple, and it jumps out. There's a few jump scares, right? We're in a packed theater.
Oh, no.
She is the only one to go. And that was the funniest part of the movie.
So you should take
for
this
me.
person to go see Boogeyman.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But don't tell them. Don't tell them. It'd be funny. It'd be really funny. That'd be some heavy psychological damage, but yes. Let's get into rankings for this now. I think Arjuna hasn't seen all the Transformers films.
Neither have I.
You haven't either. I'm the only true diehard Transformer fan here.
That is correct.
Clearly.
I've seen them all.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, yeah.
Learmon's- Well, not this new one. So.
No, you're right. You're right.
I'm the true fan
You're
here.
the king.
Ravi, you're the only one who can rank them.
Well, I mean, Drew sent us
The
a
chosen
video,
one.
so I mean, I'll do my rankings real quick. I would say Bumblebee. I mean, the original Transformers film, the 2007, still I think is the best one because it was the first one.
Oh.
Then I'm gonna go with Bumblebee. I'm then gonna be kind of weird because a lot of people are like, what the hell? The Last Night. So that's the last Bayverse one with Anthony Hopkins. I put that as number 3. Just because there is mention to Unicron. So the other thing, by the way, that makes the Bayverse and I think the director name is Capel, so they're calling it the Capelverse, is that Unicron is this external thing, right? As he is in the show, the original cartoon movies and everything. In the Bayverse, Unicron is actually in the Earth.
Right, he's like transplanted in there
Yeah,
somehow.
and he's trying to get out of the Earth in the Bayverse one. So. But because it's reference to Unicron, that's why I put it as number 3. And then I would put this movie probably like number 4, I think.
What about Transformers 2 and 3?
They're just wherever.
And 4?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Here's how not a Transformers fan I am.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many Transformers movies there are.
Yeah, this makes this
7.
7. So there's 5 Bay ones and now 2 Capel verse ones.
I think I've seen the first 3,
Mhm.
and I only remember the first one.
The fourth
So that's
one,
why I can't give you a ranking
Yeah.
because this and then the first Transformers are the only 2 Transformers that are in my brain. I think
I
I haven't seen the
fine.
rest, and I can't remember a different.
Do you
one.
remember
Yeah.
the dinosaur one? There were dinosaurs in the
That was
fourth one.
wasn't that the last night? No, that was that Dark of the Moon?
That's the third one.
Right.
The
Yeah.
fourth one is the one with the dinosaur.
Oh, what's the one with the
And
cube?
Galvatron.
I remember the cube.
Galvatron shows up in the
Yeah.
fourth one.
In the fourth one?
I think it's the fourth one.
Is that the one where they try? Is that the one where they're like, we're gonna clone Megatron's
Yeah.
body, and
Yep.
for some reason we can't figure out why it keeps coming out as Megatron? like,
Well, yeah, and then it turns into Galvatron.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
the dumbest one.
that was pretty stupid.
Well, they're all pretty dumb.
They are.
No.
I mean,
not
they're
all of
Transformers movies. They're meant to be dumb.
They
That's-
are meant to
You
be
know, and that's
dumb.
why I'm like, I had fun with the movie. I mean, it's like that's why I'm like, I'm struggling with this movie because I'm like, it was dumb, but I'm like, they're supposed to be dumb. They're giant robots from outer space that are aliens that fight each other. I mean, it's like, I'd be silly to expect more, you know. So I don't know.
Did Optimus
why I'm
Prime
struggling.
kill anybody in this movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, he kills Scourge at the end.
Yeah.
I mean,
Spoiler
and
alert.
he said multiple times, "I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah, he was on a bender.
Yeah,
he was out for blood.
He
in
was
this
definitely
movie.
kind of like a diva. Like he was very sassy.
Oh, he was very self-centered.
And then the other thing with like Optimus Prime in this one is like multiple times the situation that they were in that situation because he put them in that situation because of bad leadership and just bad. And then he would try and blame the humans.
yeah. There's a few times where he's like, "This is all your fault." I'm like, "This is not Optimus at all."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
but
a little weird.
it's supposed to be. But I got the impression it's supposed to be like the version of Optimus, like before what we know. So it's him trying to learn how to trust humans.
Right.
This is an Optimus who's like, I don't trust humans. Humans suck. I just want to get home. I'm a bad leader, and he just keeps making terrible mistakes because of guilt and shame.
Well, at least
This
he's
movie's like-
self-aware.
Yeah. And this movie is like him learning how to become Optimus, a better Optimus.
So
I
he's
guess.
been around for millions of years and only just now learning to
I don't think
become
he's
a
been
good
around
leader.
for millions of years.
Apparently.
but
Yeah, maybe it's
He's
only hundreds
just
of
now
years.
learning, how to be a good leader.
He's learning how. Yeah.
So-
He's learning
so-
how to
Well,
have
but
a
he was
heart.
really good in Bumblebee because he was like, "Run, soldier, I'll buy you some time," and then like he sacrifices himself for Bumblebee. But anyway, yeah, the Bayverse I didn't like Optimus.
Let's so Christian, you're not going to rank then this movie. I mean, for you, then it's just the first original Transformers,
Second.
and then this
It's
movie.
it's
Okay,
second.
That works.
Out
I
of
think
the
it's
two
fine.
movies that I have in my brain right now.
Let's go ahead and roll Arjuna's clip regarding his rankings. And again, if it's too long, I will cut him off.
It is the longest of the clips.
Oh God.
Okay, in terms of ranking the Transformer movie series, there are 7 movies. I've actually only seen 6 of them. I've seen the first 4 Transformers movies: Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, Transformers Dark of the Moon, and then Transformers Age of Extinction. Have not seen The Last Night, and then there's Bumblebee, and then obviously now Rise of the Beast. So I will do the 6 with my non-rating going to The Last Night. I think non-controversially, The Last Night is considered the weakest of the series. Again, I haven't seen it, so I can't say. So I guess my personal number 6 would have to be the other Mark Wahlberg movie, Age of Extinction. It's just a long, kind of bloated movie. They have a lot of the Dinobots in there, but they're not like a huge part of the movie. Again, a recurring Transformers problem. So that's got to be 6 for me. Number 5? I guess I would go Dark of the Moon. You know, that is another long, bloated Transformers movie. The last Shia LaBeouf one. I believe that's the one that has, like, Kelsey Grammer in it, and Optimus Prime kills him, and there's this whole subplot of, like, we shouldn't kill humans, and then they do, and that was just a bad movie in general as well. I guess for my number 4 movie, I would go Revenge of the Fallen. This was the second Transformers movie. This is when, you know, it's weird to say a franchise is showing signs of fatigue by the second movie, but by the second movie, the franchise is showing signs of fatigue. You know, really played to the hits of the first movie. Here's the MacGuffin. Here are new Transformers. Here's a big set pieces of action and stuff. And it wasn't horrible. It wasn't bad, but the movie sidelined Optimus Prime for the majority of it. He dies, I believe, in the beginning, and they have to bring him back. And yeah, it's just not the best. Number 3, this is, being in the top 3, this is where I think the movies actually become good. And I'm going to slot in Rise of the Beasts as my 3rd best Transformers movie. I thought it was one of the best flowing Transformers movies out there. Take that for what you will, because I think the other movies don't necessarily flow well. And I enjoyed it. I think it's nice in 2023 to be able to distinguish which Transformer is which, and who is doing what. And I didn't think the human elements, as some previous Transformers movies, was bad. I thought they actually helped tie in the message of the movie and kind of continue it. Now, Rise of the Beast is not a perfect movie by any means, a stretch of the imagination, but I would still slot it as my number 3 for all Transformers movies. Number 2, I'm going to go with the original Transformers movies, the first one that started it all off. It's the classic, again, none of these movies are perfect by any means. There's big flaws to it, but that was entertaining. It was the first Transformers movie we had. I think that movie came out in 2007. I was like 15 when that came out, so I was still a kid, and I really enjoyed just the action of it. The Bumblebee and Optimus Prime and everything that kind of went along with it. And even Shia LaBeouf in that first movie is still entertaining as Sam Witwicky. I'm gonna hold for a second because there's a lot of dog barking. Okay. And then number 1, I'm going to have to go Bumblebee. I think it's the one that I was the most skeptical of going in. Like, doing a prequel on a character that doesn't speak seems tough, but they really kind of made that movie much more personal, right? It's really about Bumblebee. It's really about him connecting with a human, and there just isn't the same hits that you see with Transformers of here's a bunch of robots fighting each other and some humans on the side. It's really a emotional, smaller story that I think does well and helped revitalize the franchise in a lot of ways after, I think the Mark Wahlberg movies of Age of Extinction and The Last Night had really brought it down. So that's my ranking for the Transformers film series.
Wow. That was a long over
Well,
the
you
top
know what?
explanation.
I will say though that ranking did provide a pretty good
Context.
at least here are the movies, the titles of the movies, and
Yeah.
kind of what happened or what was going on. So that was appreciated. But yeah, he put Bumblebee first, and then he put Rise of the Beast third. That's
interesting.
yes.
That's about what
Well,
I would have gone with it.
you had it fourth, so
Yeah. But
it sounds like it's middle of the pack.
He hasn't seen The Last Night. He needs to see the glory of Anthony Hopkins talking ye old English.
I might say just for
Merlin
Anthony
summoning
Hopkins.
a Transformers dragon.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, so it's Transformers D&D.
Kind of. Actually.
Kind of, yeah, actually.
Ooh, okay. I might be in for that. Sounds
He
good.
goes
You
out, rents the
might.
theater, watches The Last Night by himself, and he's like, "This is the greatest movie ever."
Yes.
I doubt that
That'd be
would
hilarious.
happen, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to
do
become
too.
a Transformers stan.
I mean, the toys are cool.
Toys are great. Oh my God, they're amazing.
I wish I had more Transformer toys. I only have like one.
Oh, let me ask you this, Ravi. I would consider you a toy fanatic. Where would you rank the Transformers toys compared to, let's say, Lego and any other toys that you really like?
Okay, I guess it would go.
Wow.
I guess it would go Lego, Transformer toys, and then any other toy.
I try to think of other big toys that you really enjoy, but I
mean,
don't.
they've done the
don't know.
crossover that everyone thought was impossible, where a toy company. I mean, Transformers is owned by Hasbro, and obviously Hasbro produces and makes all the toys. There is a Lego Optimus Prime that was created in conjunction between both Hasbro and Lego, which you very rarely see those two companies like agreeing on things. So they're toy companies, right?
I'm
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
surprised you don't have like a big
Transformers.
sideshow-esque Optimus Prime.
Wasn't
I'm
there
kind
a
of
crazy
sad.
one that was like it was like voice
Oh yeah,
activated?
there's
And
like
remote
actual-
controlled.
Yeah, Hasbro Pulse. I had it pre-ordered, and then I was like, no, I shouldn't. And then I've regretted that ever since, because it's like impossible to get at the sticker price. People just resell it at 2-3 times its value now. So you can get it for like a cool $1,500, but
Ooh.
I'm not that much of a like. If they had a Megatron version, but the problem is Megatron transforms into a gun.
Yeah, that's
So,
weird.
I don't know how well that would work. I have
just
the living
keep him in
thing, though.
Megatron.
I have a cat that I call Megatron, so
Yeah,
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
and he is evil.
and he is evil.
He's pretty, yeah.
He transforms into a
My scars are finally healed.
he transforms into a loaf of bread. Megatron transform.
That and then podcast director. He also transforms.
he also
into one
does
of
that as
those.
well.
Yeah.
Let's get into bold predictions. Christian, I'm dying to know yours first.
Oh wow. I'm glad you had me go first because I'm gonna take the easy one. Obviously, we got GI Joe teased at the end here, so we're gonna have GI Joe movie coming out where they have to fight the Transformers first. So the fact is, the movie ends in this offshoot GI Joe branch. They are not in contact with the Transformers. The only contact with the Transformers is through our main character, Mr. Diaz. And so they're going to create the G.I. Joe program initially is to get the Transformers under their control. So G.I. Joe movie is going to be G.I. Joe versus Transformers, which I think should be pretty cool. That sounds kind of fun.
Do you think they would jump immediately into that, or have a movie in between where it sets up the GI Joes?
I don't see why you wouldn't just jump right into it, right? That movie can be setting up the GI Joes, and they are formed to bring the Transformers under control. Optimus is in this weird state where he's trying to learn how to
Trust the
coexist
humans.
with the humans and trust them, and this is not going to help that. And but maybe our Diaz guy is trying to steer the G.I. Joes in a different direction, or maybe he comes in at the end and joins them, and that's what bridges their, the bridge between Transformers and G.I. Joes.
Bridges of Madison County.
The bridges of the bridge. He bridges.
The bridge.
Bridges.
Yeah.
It's interesting that, we got that little tease at the end with G.I. Joe, and, Hasbro works very closely with Paramount to, like, make all these wonderful works of something. Do you, we're in this day and age where I think studios still think that people want connected universes in films. Do you think this is needed? Like, do you really?
No,
like,
fuck no.
Okay. Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Is needed, necessary.
I mean, put it this way. If I was a kid and I was playing with Transformers and G.I. Joes, I would be fucking all about this. Like, it's not made for us. It shouldn't be made for us. It should be made for the people playing those toys. And that's, for them, if there are still kids who do that. I imagine I have a warped view. I feel like kids, all they do is play video games and are on that phone. So I'm like, I'd love to know what the numbers are for toys now versus when we were kids. But if there is a segment of the the youth that still play with those toys and enjoys those toys, they should make those movies for them and do it. I mean, I would have loved that as a kid.
Hell yeah.
I'd be curious, actually, in terms of, obviously, it's not going to be an exact number because our population is much larger than it was back in the 80s. But I would be kind of curious if there's any kind of real-world data that shows, what is the percentage of Transformers going out and being purchased, and what actual age groups. Because this is the other thing, too, is like, a lot of millennials, myself included, like to buy these toys and things that
collect them.
Our parents thought were too violent when we were
Yeah. But are there Transformers toys being made still?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot.
Hasbro's
that.
Instagram announced a whole slew of the Beast Wars, like the toys from those shows. Like a whole bunch of those are coming out.
But have they been out? Like, have you been able to buy an Optimus Prime that's not a collectible
That's a good
or
question.
an expensive Hasbro thing?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They still
I didn't
retail,
know that.
They retail for like $35, maybe $50, depending on the complexity and size and everything. But you can definitely go to, next time, I don't know
Can I go down to KB Toys and get my...
That doesn't exist
KB
anymore.
Toys.
That's
I
long gone.
I haven't heard or thought about that store in maybe 25 years.
That's where I got my
Holy
PS1.
Shit.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
KB Toys.
I was going to ask about the G.I. Joe thing. Do you think, Christian hasn't seen it, but do you think John Cena in Bumblebee is the start of the G.I. Joe program?
So I thought he was going to make a cameo in one of the after credit scenes. So I was surprised when he, at the end of the movie, the guy, he's basically the main character goes for a job interview at the very end for security. And then they talk about his time in Peru. And he's like, oh, I didn't tell you about Peru. And he's like, yeah, we know. We were watching. If you're ever interested, here's my card. And then he, goes to the back of the room and, opens a secret door. And then it reveals this, hangar and, all this cool tech and stuff. And I honestly thought we were going to get, a quick shot of John Cena in there because, he was part
doing
of
pull-ups or
he was
something.
a military person or whatever in the Bumblebee. But there's no mention of him. There's nothing.
Honestly...
Which feels like a
the
missed
fact that
opportunity.
the fact that you just said John Cena's in Bumblebee, I'm like, John Cena would absolutely be in the G.I. Joe program. Like, what are we talking about here? Of course he is. So that blows my mind. We didn't see him. That makes me sad.
John Cena, wrestler, peacemaker, G.I. Joe.
Yeah, makes
that's
perfect sense.
That's the ultimate because there are wrestling toys of him, right? So now he needs a G.I. Joe toy. So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they come up with all of this stuff. Let's. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, wasn't there a G.I. Joe movie? I feel like I saw
There
one.
was a bunch.
Yeah, there were
was
three
a
or
few.
four. With Channing Tatum was G.I. Joe for the first one, and Jonathan
I saw that one.
Gordon-Levitt, Gordon-Levitt was Cobra.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I never
Yeah, I
really
saw-
got into those films. They were weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
saw the
did- they weren't
first
great.
one.
No.
I
I
saw
was
the first one,
excited.
but that was it. Yeah.
Let's roll Arjuna's bold prediction.
Okay, my bold prediction for the Transformers franchise as a whole. As we know, at the last scene in the movie before we cut to credits is our human protagonist, getting a business card and doing an interview and being recruited by the G.I. Joes, indicating that we are getting a G.I. Joe Transformers Hasbro connected universe type of thing. So I think Transformers and I think the Hasbro universe is going to go all in. They're going to recruit The Rock to come back. I think they're going to recruit really hard Channing Tatum to come back. I think they're going to try and get Shia LaBeouf to come back, and maybe even Mark Wahlberg, right? He's actually referenced in the movie as Mark Wahlberg. So I think they're going to try and build out this universe with the big name actors that they've had. Maybe even bring back Megan Fox too, you know? That would just be, bring everybody back. Bring all the human actors that have been involved with this franchise. Bring back Hugo Weaving as the voice of Megatron, and make this huge kind of HCU, Hasbro connected universe with the Joes and the Transformers. But that's my bold prediction. They bring essentially everybody back for whatever this next connected universe movie is. I don't think they try and go small and build up to it. I think they're just like, boom, we're gonna get as much star power as possible and make $1 billion, and they probably will.
Boom.
I'm so glad you let me go first.
Wow.
Mine's better. My prediction's better.
I mean, he was saying The Rock and what was The Rock in?
I don't remember The Rock. G.I. Joe, I believe he was in G.I. Joe. I don't think he was in.
See, when he was talking about all those, I thought for a second he was referencing like Fast and the Furious.
I know.
And connecting Fast and the Furious.
Well, let's be
with
honest,
this.
right? You might as well just put the Fast and Furious movies and just make those the G.I. Joes. I mean, let's just do it. No, I'm kidding.
Universal Studios has the Transformers ride and then the Fast and Furious ride on the backlot tour. So,
Ooh.
I don't know how that relates to this. I feel like it's possible.
Does it need to?
It doesn't need to. Fuck logic.
Yeah. It's Transformers.
I mean, they
G.I.
have the
Joe.
transwarp key. They could just jump dimensions because.
That's a good point.
Well, actually, you know what? No, that's a lie. They don't have the transwarp thing. They blew it up at the end.
They
What
quick,
happens when you blow up a transdimensional warp
Just a big
thingy?
explosion. Barely an inconvenience.
No problem.
barely an inconvenience. Yeah.
That's checks.
Did anyone, Ravi? Did you think when you saw the that final gate, or the thing that the gate was on, like that tower?
Yeah.
They looked almost. I thought it looked almost exactly like, the two towers,
Right.
Lord of the Rings. The Tower of Orthanc,
Yes.
Saruman's.
Yep.
I was like, that is his tower.
I wouldn't be surprised if the concept art or whatever they pulled reference from.
They just
that.
used it. They just recreated that tower.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done.
Done, guys. For my bold prediction, I'm gonna go. I mean, you guys did the obvious bold predictions, I think.
Of course.
So I'm gonna go with the crazier bold prediction,
Please.
True bold prediction.
which is the connected Hasbro universe never happens. This is the last Transformer film we ever see.
Why?
I don't know. It's 7 movies, and I don't know. They all blend together. Like, let's be honest here. They're all just a big pile of poop.
It's a big pile of CGI.
Yeah, robots
in your
and
brain.
things. Right.
I will say also, were you a little disappointed by the CGI in this one?
No, actually,
I can only
would say
remember the
CG
first one.
The CGI was way better than
Oh, okay.
I think other
Interesting.
Transformers. Like, it didn't
Bumblebee?
feel as what's the
Fake?
word? Like shiny. Like it felt like it was actually part
more
of the
gritty?
environment, and like if there are actual battle scars as opposed to Optimus Prime took the crew to get a car wash between every battle. Like,
Went to the
gotta
paint
look
shop.
our best.
Glam up, boys.
Make sure we get that car detailing, get that wax done. Oh my god.
Autobots, detail out.
Detail.
Yes.
So-
who was your favorite? Who was your favorite mechanized warrior from this movie?
Oh, I think it's Wheeljack just because of that racist joke. That was terrible. I think it's Wheeljack and then it's Mirage.
Yeah, Mirage was great.
Yeah. Pete Davis, whoever his agent is like killing it because he has the Paul Rudd like luck where he just plays himself. And that's what Hollywood is looking for is like Pete Davis, play yourself.
Charisma. They just want
Yeah, that's all they need.
charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, I wish I was that lucky.
You are.
Well, thank you. but we know that's not true. Let's get into the big question, the meaning of life, which we can answer by asking if this movie was good. I think because Arjuna is a digital copy presence of himself, I believe he has set it up in such a way that, Krishna, you will ask Arjuna. So you get to go and ask the question to a computer screen, essentially.
Okay. All right. I'm going to look right into Arjuna's virtual eyes. Arjuna, look at me. Don't look away. Was Transformers Rise of the Beast good? Don't lie to me.
I'm going to say yes. Transformers Rise of Beasts was good. I had fun with the movie. As I said previously, in some of these sections, I didn't think it was a perfect movie, but I did think it was an entertaining movie and a step in the right direction. One of the better Transformers movies. Again, take that with a big grain of salt. I don't think the Transformers film franchise is one of the best IP franchises out there, but I think if they did more of what Rise of Beasts is doing, they would be okay. I think there's certainly some things to fix. I wasn't a big fan of the Iron Man suit at the end. I wasn't a fan of the Maximals not getting more screen time. But like, I thought the film looked good. I thought it was entertaining. The MacGuffin thing is very much a Transformers thing. I wish there was a little bit of less reliance on that. But I did like the simplicity of this movie. It was very straightforward. It was, here's the plot, let's go. I think some of the later Transformer movies had really tried to have some convoluted plots that didn't necessarily work. But now that you've kind of reestablished and reset your base, like, let's have some more ambitious storytelling. Let's really go into different themes with the robots and the aliens and the human interaction and go from there. But yeah, I would say overall it was good. It was a solid summer blockbuster. I guess I have to toss to someone, but I don't know who tossed to me. So I'm going to toss I'm going to assume Ravi tossed to Krishna, and then maybe Krishna tossed to me. And so now I'm going to toss back to Ravi. Ravi, was Transformers Rise of Beasts good?
Wow, he he knows our process really well. So I'll give him props for that. And our virtual Arjuna, I'm going to respond to your statement with a big fat no.
Whoa!
I will say, I told Lamar this before we started. I was on the fence of yes or no. Truly, I did not know.
I'm there right now.
And I think know. and this is how you know you can trust this podcast. Because Arjuna said yes, I'm gonna say no.
No,
man! Based on what you're saying, I was gonna say something.
Oh wow!
And now, but I don't know right now.
Oh, well, let's go. Krishna, was Transformers: Rise of the Beasts good?
Say it. Say yes.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I gotta go with my gut.
Yeah.
So
it's a gut thing.
It was fun. It's a Transformers movie, and I think that kids who still play with Transformers would enjoy the movie. Just for me, though, I'm never gonna see it again. I'm gonna forget all about this movie by next week. It's just no. I can't say it was good for the reason that most of the Transformers probably aren't good movies. So. Yeah, but it was fun.
But just not good.
It just wasn't good. Yeah.
So wait, is fun or good better?
Fun.
I would say fun. I would say fun is better. If a movie's fun for me, it's better than being good.
So not good, but you'd still recommend people see it.
If I would recommend kids see it. That's,
so yes,
that's my recommendation is for.
Everyone's a child, really.
Everyone has an inner child.
There you go. Kids of all ages will love this movie.
Yeah. But no.
Dang.
And there we have it.
There you have it. There it is. One yes and two big fat no's for Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
I thought my no was pretty jacked.
It was good. It was good. Hopefully most likely, because this is on track to make a Boku amount of money. So chances are, yes, there'll be a sequel at some point.
Yeah, I
would
will say the summer blockbuster season's off to a very strong start.
Yeah.
Box office wise.
Yeah.
With Across the Spider-Verse and now Transformers, and we've got Flash and Indiana Jones to round out this month. Like what a start. Like
Big
wow.
ass, big
wow.
ass month.
Yeah. That's like 4 straight weeks, I think, where diehards of the blockbuster season have to go to the theater.
Theater.
Ah, yes.
That's going to do it for us here on Was It Good? We may or may not be doing the Flash podcast. It really depends on Christian and I. I think we're the deciding factors here if we're going to do it. If not, we are going to be back with Black Mirror Season 6, followed by the first episode of Secret Invasion, because those things are also coming out. So a lot of content. A lot of content. As always, you can follow along on Twitter at Was It Good, on Instagram and TikTok at Was It Good Pod. Check out our YouTube channel, Was It Good? Nope, that's not how that works. It's youtube.com/wasitgood, and our website wasitgood.info. Till next time, we are more than meets the eye.
We're robots? Oh, fuck yeah.
In disguise.
In the skies.